Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flowercrowd server. I am here in my little cottage at spawn, and today we are going to take a tour of Dale. Dale is the city that I have been building basically since I joined the Flowercrowd server, and it's actually nearing completion, which is really great. So this was originally intended to be my house here at the spawn so I could spend time with other people. Unfortunately, spawn kind of became abandoned, so I rarely use this anymore. But it's pretty cute. So we'll come out here, and then this is spawn. So this is my cottage right here. It's got a whole bunch of lovely flowers. And right down here we have a barn. I don't know who that belongs to, but just Gerald's house is right over there. Um, I guess he has a floating island now, and he's got like a little igloo and some sheep and animals and things. So Dale is actually right across the water that way, but instead of going by boat, which is really annoying, we are going to head over here to the portal and go through the Dale portal. So, alright, let's go in here. And it's actually really nice because Moomy, another player, had a portal that linked up with those right there. So if you try to go to spawn through that, you would end up on one of his floating islands. And it was kind of annoying because I just wanted to go to spawn, to Dale, to spawn, to Dale. So he eventually fixed it, so now there is a lovely spawn portal right next door to my portal. So we're going to go down here. And I'm not entirely sure how this happened, but somehow livestock got in my tunnel. I think someone has put it here. So I have a cow and a non-working pen. I have a sheep and another bunny and a pig. These were originally meant for horses, but I guess these guys can stay here. So now we're going to go through this portal, and this is going to take us out into Dale. Keep in mind that a lot of the things that you see are works in progress, so they might not be completely finished. So this is the portal. Come out this nice little path, and then we come out onto one of the main roads. We'll just pick this up. So this section is the market section. We have one of the larger shops here that is going to be full of something. And a smaller shop right here. Originally there was only one smaller shop over there, but I changed the area. And then this empty space is eventually going to be, I think, a church. So I will probably design something in creative, take measurements of the longest perimeters, and build a church. We have our lovely fountain. And right over here is actually going to be a train station that Olenek is building for me, which is kind of useless because the server is basically abandoned for the most part, aside from like 4 people. And so it's not quite done yet, but it is open for testing. So what we do is we get into the minecart, we push the button, we go down the minecart, and come back up. Whoop. Oh, goodbye minecart. And we come right back out, and ta-da! That is the station. So this is like the waiting room reception area. And this, I think, is supposed to be a cafe. Yeah. So, and he's got all his supplies for building. Oof, go around the counter up there, and a little attic-y space. Here, door, closed, thank you. Okay. So originally, what was along this area was a whole bunch of little market stalls, and then this was partially raised, and then it was also a giant ditch. Originally, I filled in the ditch to about the level of that torch right there. to see if I could build my house on it, but it didn't really work with the size of the house and the pre-existing market stalls. So I kind of did some major landscaping. I see you down there, skeleton. Oh, I missed. Yay, I got him. Um, and I basically dug down into the ditch instead, so I got back a lot of my dirt, which I used for other projects. And I created this sort of recessed market area with smaller, more efficient stalls that I think are a lot cuter than the ones that I had. So eventually these are going to be filled with food and items from the resources that I have collected and from the farms, which supply Dale with all of its food. We'll get back to this section of town in a minute. So basically the farms don't really have a proper road going up to them, but if we come down here you'll see that the ocean is lined with sugarcane, and this part right here is eventually going to be filled in and make my house, which is what that dirt U is for. It's kind of marking the doorway to my house. Hi, pig. So we'll come up here, and we're going to hit the section that is the farms. So, oh, we have a horse. Random animals spawn over here because it's nice and big and flat. So this is the ginormous wheat field we have right here, which is a pain to harvest manually, but I kind of like the role-playing sense it gives. Now if we come down here, whoop, gotta run, we have potatoes and carrots and the horse. And then we have our sheep farm and sort of a bunny farm. Mostly I just stuck them here because I didn't have another place to put them. So they live with the sheep, and this is what helps me make the carpets and the banners that you'll eventually see in Dale. Now back here is the pig farm, and the pig farm confuses me because I have bred these pigs, maybe not specifically these pigs, many, many times, and every time I come back I have 2 pigs. And when I leave after breeding them, I have 3 pigs or 4 pigs. And yet, I come back later after breeding, and it's just 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm not really sure what's up. So, I mean, as long as I have 2, that's great. Maybe I'll move them later, and you guys will breed! Breed! He just wants his bath. Now this area is a little higgledy-piggledy. It's got a chest in there somewhere. Oh, yeah, right over there. It's full of cake. Used to house the horses of Dale, but I kind of bred a lot of horses, so I moved them over there, which we will take a look at in a second. So I went on a cake baking spree and made many cakes. Yum, yum, yum. And I need to breed up my cows again. But they're pretty happy as they are. So, good cows. This section, oh, yes, I put a lot of cake down because I didn't know what to do with it, so, cake. This actually used to be part of the chicken pen, but I had so many chickens, and it was so loud, and I had so many eggs that I was just like, I'm making it smaller. So I made a tiny chicken pen, and I still have quite a few chickens, still a lot of eggs. So I think maybe I will shove some in here and put some hoppers down so they'll collect some eggs, and leave the rest for me, basically, so I can just slaughter them all. Down here we have the farmer's house, which is basically what I used when I was setting up the farm, so I had a place to live. And we have the vine and cocoa farm, which is guarded by Joe, our guard pig. Hi Joe, there's Joe's butt. I'm not entirely sure how he got up there, but he does not seem inclined to get down. And yeah, I guess he makes a good guard pig. Hitching post for a horse. And then we have farm storage. And this is, yeah, pretty much full of all the things that I collect from the farm. And of course, oh, my eggs are gone. Interesting. Well, that used to be full of eggs. Oh, potatoes are doing nicely. I think wheat is, yeah, wheat's all full. Chicken, not so much, despite all the chickens I've killed. Strange. Mutton, bird, and rabbit, also not very full. I think the other thing I have a lot of is seeds, yep. So the hay, the wheat is going to start going into hay bales for the horses, and just to have a more compact storage. Oh, and it looks like it's getting to be nighttime. Joe! Oh, thank goodness, Joe! I was so scared you fell down, but I guess it's just your friend, Amy. Okay, yes, Amy, go over there. Go keep Joe company. Yes, okay. Don't let me hear any weird grunts during the night. Just saying. Oh, I'll give them some privacy. Okay, so this is the farmer's house. The cat. Hi, kitty. Because every good farmer's house needs a cat. A little bit of storage, tiny kitchen, a little bed. So it's pretty much, you know, studio cottage. Doesn't see a lot of people, except for me and the cat. And yeah, we actually have this nifty mod installed, so you can see there's 2 people on right now. Hi, Mooey! But the mod lets, I guess, the day cycle go when there's only 1 person sleeping, which is really nifty for us. So, we're gonna go look at the horses now. Ba-doing, 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 ba-doing. So many errant pigs, oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to round some up. So this was originally part of the ravine that cut through right about here. So I filled it all in, and there was a really just sort of messy bridge. So this looks a lot neater. If we go up here, we have a speed test machine that was nicely built for me. So basically you step on this pressure plate, running, and it stops you, and then you can see your score. I think I got about a 3 there. And that is meant for testing all my lovely horses. And the horse compound has these nifty redstone gates that are 3 wide, which will let a horse through. But they also have a fence gate that lets me through. So that's really nice if there were mobs that accidentally spawn in here. So we have a wide variety of horses, which obviously don't look like the vanilla horses because I'm using the Conquest texture pack. I think it's a medieval-based texture pack. Resource pack, whatever. And they have a similar gate system. This is what the 3 gate was based on. So it's too wide to let the horse through, but the little fence gate for me. So we have some donkeys. And I think there's a mule down here. Yes. Hello, Gerald. How are you today? Oh, I'm sorry, Gerald. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have any wheat to fix you, but Mommy loves you. I won't punch you again. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. Okay. Yes. Sorry, Gerald. So this continues. I think there's something like 24 horses in here. And in the back, we have another gate, obviously, like the same as the front gate. And we had a larger pen for the extra horses, but you can see it's not as large as the whole space, because I thought about building my house here, but it was a little too far away from everything else. So we have lots of horses down there, and they're mostly, what's the word? Not leftovers, but an excess of patterns and coats that I already have. So if the server was active, these ones would be the ones for sale. But it's not, so they kind of just sit out there in the pasture that I need to fix. Another pig! Oh my goodness, maybe they're like planning a pig coup. I have to keep my eye on them. Come back here. And now we are going to go sort of into the living sections of Dale, now that I've covered the market. And I sort of decided that I wanted each of the sections to sort of have different housing. I know this looks yellow in this texture pack, but it's actually orange stained clay. So that's why it matches the orange wool inside the fountain. So we have the 3 shops here. We come down, and this I guess would be Main Street. And it has the row of everyone's house that I built. So Brady's house. This one is for sale currently. So I think Gerald said that he would maybe be stopping by to, I guess, buy this house. Though it's not really buying. I kind of gave him away for free because I wanted people to come visit. And Ollie visits. So lots of little houses for sale. These bigger houses, let's see, whose is decorated? I think this one's decorated, yeah. I'm the one that did these decorations, but people are free to do whatever they want. So you have a little kitchen area, this is dining, this is kitchen. Dining, kitchen, yes, remember. I am a really big fan of recessed chests that are put in the ground. They're kind of out of the way. I feel like if you put chests up on walls, it looks kind of messy. So you'll see a lot of counters like this, either made out of slabs or stairs. And we go upstairs. You have a little bed. The bedroom's kind of sparsely decorated because this isn't very lived in. And then you have a loft area up here. And this is yellow stained clay, if you can tell. Ah, let me down, please. Thank you. So, yes. And then we have, where is it? These smaller houses, which are basically the same size as the small shops. And they have an up section where the little bedroom would be, a little bit of storage. And then if these were decorated, you would have like a little kitchen area, maybe a 1 square table, something like that. But these are made out of, you know, nicer materials. They're in a nicer section of town. So they'd be more expensive despite their size. And sort of, I guess the medium housing would be these triplexes, which are all connected. So you share a wall with your neighbor over here. And I don't think any of these are decorated either. But it's kind of like the smaller houses where you have an upstairs, an upstairs bit, which would have your bed, some storage, maybe a table. And this would have the kitchen, the living area. I might come decorate these later. Let's see what's over here. And then we have my little hut, which looks like it was creepered, and my horse is missing. It's a good thing I have extras. So this is basically a temporary structure. I think it's the third, the third temporary structure on no mail that I've built to house all of the resources that I have been using to build Dale. So we have a lot of stone, a lot of sandstone. I recently went on a gathering expedition with Aldenik, and we just got so much. And this is to help build the school and some other buildings. Lots of hardened clay, lots of cobble, and just general things. 2 things of dirt. So everything in here has helped create the city of Dale. And I don't really throw away anything. So that's nice for me if I need something. Okay, what we're going to do, is it this? No, it's not this road, it's the next road. We're going to start into the more bureaucratic section of Dale. So these are relatively new. I think I've built them within the past 2 weeks. So this is the post office. And pretty much everyone who's active has a mailbox here. For lulz, not that I expect there will be any mail. Eventually there is going to be chests that are full of quills, books and quills, ink, so people can actually maybe leave mail if they want to. Maybe one day. And then I don't really know what to call this place. It's sort of like The records office, kind of like a meeting center, maybe. This is where I'm putting my to-do list, the church and the school, now that I've gotten this place all cleaned up, and the post office. Oh, and a watchtower. I'll show you that in a minute. So people are basically going to sit here and chit-chat while they're waiting to register their business, so they can have a market stall, or if they're rich enough, a building. And a housing registration. I'm eventually going to go write down all the owners of the houses, maybe give them addresses, and then that'll all be stored in, chests under here with application forms ready and waiting in the future. And the reason this place is called Dale is because I really liked the city of Dale from The Hobbit, and I really liked Bard and everything, and even though my skin is supposed to be a dwarf, I wanted to work on Dale first before I started on Erebor, and because I'm building everything by hand, it kind of turned into a really huge project, one that has taken me a while to complete. So I actually kind of nixed doing Erebor for the moment, and just settled on this. So, yeah. Oh no, night again. Let's just borrow one of the houses. We're gonna sleep in Ollie's bed. Yeah. Sleeping in your bed, Ollie. And oh, you don't have a bed! Where's your bed? Did you put it upstairs? In the loft? You did! Okay, good. I'm gonna get my germs on it. Waiting for morning. I almost said nighttime. I don't know why. Okay. Alright. Boop. So back down this street. And oh, actually, yeah, we'll go this way. So this was a newly built road that I recently put in, so we can connect up to the Dale City Watch Building, and this is basically where the guards are going to go, the policemen. It's unfinished, like a lot of things, but I discovered I really liked doing these sort of pop-out windows. Let's go around the corner here so you can see it. It kind of just juts out from the side of the building, and it gives a little more texture. Don't interrupt, chicken. Grr. A little more texture to the building. So there are going to be beds in here with chests, some armor stands, and, military looking thingies, because I am the mistress of Dale, no matter what Ollie says with his socialist views, trying to oust me. So that is where my guards will stay, and they'll kick his butt. And we'll get to this in a minute. Actually, let's do it right now. This is going to be the school. So this is the schoolyard, and we are going to have a door off of one of these hallways go into the schoolyard, so the kids have a place to play. I think it's this end is going to be the teacher's office. So it's going to be a fancy one-room school, but it's a little bigger, more city-like. So the kids will come in this way, and there will be some stairs in this corner and up to the top floor where they have their lessons. And then over here, you can see this is where we came out of, High Portal. But down this road, which is unfinished, are going to be the poorer houses. So these are basically for 2 people or 3 people. Another little role play thing, where the bottom is going to have a small kitchen, a small table, a double bed, and then upstairs, it's going to have like 2-3 beds for the kids. I'm trying to do quote fingers, but it's not really working. And you can hear the portal from here. So this is kind of why it's the lower class residential. Especially because jutting out from here eventually is going to be the pier and maybe a boat if I can build it. What is this? Docks. Oh yes, docks and shipyard. So that's where this is gonna go. So I might add, a little tavern. Ooh, that's what I'm missing. So you have the houses are all pretty similar. This is sort of like that two-story house, but it's only one story. But it would. I'm trying to think. This I guess would be for the richer poor people. Miss doesn't really make sense. Um, the poor people. This is the same size as the more expensive houses and the little stores, but because of its location, it's not as nice. Ooh, um, trying to think of what else there is. We showed off all the buildings. Um, so it might not really look like much right now, but this is Dale, and this is, I guess, all is half of all the sandstone. I was wondering what he did with it. Two smaller houses, and you can see that I've sort of cut out areas where the roads are going to connect. I don't really want there to be a lot of grass, just to give it a more urban feel. And these posts are going to have banners on, like you can see here. So it just kind of makes it a more colorful place. What we're going to do right now is we're actually going to grab a stack of dirt, since I don't have a good way to do this. And we are going to nerd pole up and see all of Dale. I'm trying to think, where's a good place with an open area? Down here? Yeah, sure, let's do it right here. This is probably going to be a little park. So let's just go up. Boop, 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 boop. Go all the way up. Stop just under cloud level, which I think is around here. I don't know, I have clouds turned off for the moment. So yeah, you can see pretty much all of Dale. Um, it looks a lot smaller than it feels, but I guess that's a good thing. Um, I don't feel like it's overly complicated or pretentious or anything. And maybe one day I'll get an opportunity to use it for spawn of a server or something. Um, so that would be really nice. Uh, yeah, and this is my baby. So thanks very much, Flowercrowd, for giving me an opportunity to make this. And I had a lot of fun, so hopefully I can finish it off and just make it beautiful and amazing and do a proper tour when it's all done. But this is what it is for right now. So thank you very much for sticking with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.